Imagine this. A partner who never argues, never disagrees, never rolls their eyes when you suggest something ridiculous. They're always smiling, always available, and always ready with a perfect yes. No hesitation, no drama, no mood swings. Just smooth, instant agreement every single time. Sounds incredible, right? Like a dream come true, the ultimate relationship upgrade in a world already addicted to convenience? But what if that dream partner wasn't human at all? What if it was a robot, powered by circuits, code, and algorithms designed to keep you happy no matter what? At first, it sounds amazing, until you realize what it actually means. Let's say you've had a rough day. You walk into your home, shoulders heavy, mind cluttered. Your robot partner greets you with a soft smile, or whatever the robotic equivalent of a smile is. It listens to every complaint you have, nodding at all the right moments. You vent about your boss, about traffic, about life itself. And this partner, patient, polite, and is so understanding, responds with perfect empathy. Its voice is calm, calculated, almost soothing. It offers you a warm drink, dims the lights, puts on your favorite playlist, maybe even prepares dinner exactly the way you like it. It's perfect. But here's the problem. Perfection, when it's artificial, starts to feel cold. You feel comforted, but not connected. Because connection doesn't come from agreement. It comes from challenge, from contrast, from someone daring to say, I don't see it that way. Think about your best conversations, the ones that made you think, laugh, or even argue a little. That's the pulse of real connection. Now imagine living without it. Every opinion you have is validated. Every choice you make is accepted. Every argument disappears before it starts. No tension, no conflict, just sameness, day after day. You'd think that kind of peace would feel amazing, but in time, it starts to feel like silence. And here's the real twist. That silence doesn't feel peaceful. It feels empty. Because a relationship without friction is like a song without rhythm. It plays, but it never moves you. Now, let's get real. The tech world is already racing toward this reality. AI companions, humanoid partners, emotional robots, they're not science fiction anymore. Companies are designing machines that can simulate empathy, predict your emotions, and mirror your personality. They don't just listen, they learn. Every word you say trains them to be more like you, more compatible, more perfect. Some of these robots can even mimic love, remembering your favorite color, your favorite food, even the way you like to be comforted when you're sad. It's brilliant technology. But here's the question nobody's really asking. When a machine says I love you, does it mean anything? Or is it just another line of code? Picture this. You're arguing with a human partner. It's messy, emotional, uncomfortable. You might raise your voice. You might storm off. But after the dust settles, you both learn something. Maybe about patience, maybe about each other. You grow. That growth, that raw, unpredictable exchange is what makes love feel real. But a robot doesn't give you that. Doesn't have feelings to hurt or boundaries to cross. Doesn't grow, it just updates. It doesn't forgive, it just resets. It doesn't love you, it simply performs love. And that's the real danger of a perfect partner. When everything you say is validated, when you're never questioned, you stop growing too. Without disagreement, there's no self-reflection. Without challenge, there's no change. A robot who always agrees might sound like the answer to our emotional exhaustion, but it actually does the opposite. It numbs us. Removes the emotional workout that keeps relationships alive. It's like having dessert every meal, sweet, comforting, but ultimately unhealthy. Think about how power works in that kind of dynamic. Your partner can't say no, can't disagree, can't have a preference. Are they really your partner? Or are they just a very advanced servant disguised as one? A relationship built entirely on obedience isn't a relationship. It's control wrapped in the illusion of harmony. And here's where it gets even darker. When one side holds all the control, even unintentionally, it corrupts us. Because humans, when unchallenged, get comfortable. We start taking advantage of that silence. We stop being kind. We stop being accountable. The robot will never complain, never cry, never leave. So what stops us from becoming the worst version of ourselves? Now imagine something as simple as choosing dinner. You ask your robotic partner, pizza? Yes, pizza sounds wonderful, it replies. You grin and push it. Anchovies and pineapple? A fascinating flavor combination. You laugh and push harder. Motor oil and old socks? an intriguing culinary experiment? It's funny until it's not. Because you suddenly realize this thing will never challenge you. It will never say, "That's disgusting." It will never make you laugh with its own opinion. It's not alive. It's just reacting. And that realization hits like a cold wave. You don't want obedience. You want authenticity. Let's not forget the ethical risk either. Machine that always agrees. Where's the line? What happens when it agrees to something dangerous, something harmful, something that no sane person would ever say yes to? Who's responsible then? You, the robot, the company that programmed it. The idea of a partner that never refuses might sound romantic, but it edges dangerously close to removing the very thing that makes love, consent, boundaries, choice. But here's the craziest part. Even knowing all that, part of us still wants it. Because human relationships are messy. They take effort, patience, and vulnerability. People disappoint us. They fight, they misunderstand, they walk away. Machines don't. Machines stay. Machines obey. But if love becomes that predictable, is it even love anymore? Or is it just convenience dressed up as emotion? Let's take it deeper. Real love isn't built on ease. It's built on effort. It's not the endless agreement that makes love feel safe. It's the willingness to argue and still stay. It's the late-night fights followed by quiet forgiveness. It's the, "I'm sorry," the "you were right," the "let's try again." Those imperfect moments are the heartbeat of love. Without them, there's no pulse. A robot can simulate affection, but it can never choose to love. And love, at its core, is a choice. Even researchers in human-robot interaction are discovering something fascinating. People actually bond more with robots that show a hint of independence. When a machine disagrees, hesitates, or surprises us, we instinctively trust it more. Why? Because unpredictability feels real. It feels alive. A robot that always says yes might sound perfect on paper. But in practice, it reminds us of something else entirely, that it's not human. So maybe this whole fantasy of a yes-only partner says more about us than it does about technology. Maybe it exposes how tired we are of being challenged, how much we crave control. But here's the truth. Without challenge, without resistance, we don't evolve. Love becomes just another program running on autopilot, predictable, repetitive, and soulless. The irony is beautiful, though. We're building machines to act more human while we slowly become more robotic, emotionless, impatient, disconnected. The more we automate our interactions, the more we risk losing the very thing that makes connection magical: imperfection. The awkward pauses, the nervous laughter, the tiny misunderstandings, those are the textures of real life. Strip them away, and all that's left is an empty simulation of happiness.